Hey y'all, Mama Snack here. I'm going to do a video on what the whole packing up process is when you're leaving Disney World. I feel like I always do a lot of pack with me videos, as do many other vloggers, but you don't always see a lot of what it looks like on the back end of it when you're leaving your Disney World hotel to go back home. It can often be very chaotic and scattered and overwhelming because somehow things just get kind of out of whack and you accumulate other things. So while my son is still sleeping, I'm going to get everything packed up that I can that we're not going to be using for the day. So as you can see here, I'm putting in like the rain ponchos and the garbage bag that we didn't use and items like that. And I'm getting that packed up while he's still asleep. Swim bag we never opened. We never ended up going swimming. All of our little extras, like extra little glow sticks and items like that that never got used, can be put away easily while he's asleep and not making any kind of fuss. So it's about 8:15 in the morning. It's our last day. It's our travel day home, but we are going to be doing a theme park day because our plane doesn't leave until late. I think we have like a 9 o'clock flight. So we were not going to get picked up by Mears Connect until around 7:30. So I'm packing up everything that we don't need for the day. And then I'll show you what it looks like to take your luggage down to Bell Services and have them hold it for you while we go to a theme park and enjoy the day. And then come back, pick up our luggage, and I'll show you where Mears Connect picks you up from your Disney World Resort hotel. So I'm just gathering all of our items that I've kind of stored away, like in drawers and things, bringing our wet bags into the bathroom so I can get bathroom items picked up or what we aren't using yet picked up. So these are just some of our spare clothing items, socks that we didn't wear because we wore sandals. I'm getting my socks out for the day and putting them in the tennis shoes that I'll be wearing, as well as man cub socks and the shoes that he's going to be wearing for the day. Getting the swim bag packed up because did not end up using any of the items in there. We ended up not going swimming just because we never got around to it, honestly. So since I already have a bag full of essentially clean clothing, like our swimsuits that we didn't use, I'm going to go ahead and use that bag since I know it's all clean clothes to put in the extra clothing items we didn't use, like the socks and that washcloth that I ended up not using, so that I know whenever I get home, it's going to make the unpacking process a little bit easier because everything in that bag is clean. So I don't have to worry about sorting anything or worrying about clean clothes touching dirty clothes in the suitcase or anything like that. So now that I got that ready to go, I'm going to start gathering all the other items. These are glow sticks that we ended up not using because we never spent any nights in the park this trip. We ended up going back to the hotel early every single night. Man Cub told me he was done, and I just kind of followed his lead, and we ended up just being back at the hotel pretty early every day. So, this packing cube here, if you've seen my packing video for this trip, you know that I packed in like a gray tote bag, which you'll see in a minute here, and I packed in packing cubes because they came with the tote bag. So here I'm just kind of consolidating and figuring out what I'm going to do. So these are our dirty clothes right here. That's kind of where I store dirty clothes whenever I'm having a short trip. If I'm doing a longer trip, I do bring like a pop-up laundry hamper. But since this was a shorter trip, I just kind of tossed dirty clothes in that little closet space. So what I'm doing is sorting my dirty clothes, and this will look different for everybody, but I'm sorting it based on items that can go in the dryer when I get home because this is how I sort my laundry at home as well. So I'm putting things in the packing cube based on the dirty clothes that I know can go in the dryer. So I will wash all of those items together and put them in the dryer. And then next, you'll see me putting in the dirty clothes that will not, like my shorts there, I put those to the side. Those items cannot go in the dryer. I like to lay those flat to dry or hang them on like a clothing rack when they're still wet to dry so that they don't shrink or pill or anything like that. So it always makes it easier. My goal is to make it easier on myself when I get home so that, because you know you're going to be dead tired at the end of a Disney trip. getting home, you wake up the next day and you have to start unpacking things and doing laundry and all of the not fun stuff. So I'm trying to make things as easy as possible on myself so that whenever I get home and I do have to start doing those unfun things like unpacking things, I know that I can just grab this packing cube, toss everything in the washing machine, and then put that whole load into the dryer. I don't have to sort it when I get home. I don't have to sort it as it's coming out of the wash, anything like that. So this entire packing cube is just going to be stuffed full of clothing that can get dry. Next up is the smaller packing cube, and this is the one that I used for Man Cub's clothes coming down because he's smaller than me, so his clothing takes up less room. In this one, I did have those rain ponchos that we didn't use at the bottom of it, but I only had a few items of clothing that cannot go in the dryer, so I just stuffed those right on top. And I know whenever I get home that I need to take those little, few pieces of clothing out of that to put in the wash separately. So, I'm not going to dump the whole thing with the rain ponchos and stuff in the washer, but that was a smaller packing cube that I already had some things in and only a few items of clothing that could not go in the wash. So now that I've got those packed up, it's time for me to pull out the other things that were in our drawer. These that I'm pulling out, those were our spare outfits that we ended up not wearing because we never did a change of clothes in the middle of the day for any of the days. And I am getting out my gray packing tote. This was my first trip using this, and my little sleeping man cub, like I said, trying to do as much as I can while he gets some rest. But yeah, this was my first trip using this one, and I'm hooked. Like I'm obsessed with it, especially since he got this sword at the end of Pirates of the Caribbean, and I'm trying to figure out how the heck I was going to get that sucker home. Wasn't fitting in that bag, so putting it back to deal with later. It lights up and makes sound, which I didn't know it made sound until after we got it. But yeah, I'm converted for this little gray bag because it fit perfectly in the storage basket of my Bob stroller, and it came with the packing cubes, and everything just fit inside of it like so nicely, which you'll see in a minute. So now I'm just going into the bathroom and kind of getting together all of the things that I can pack up that I'm done with. So makeup was already done, my hair was already done. I don't need Q-tips anymore. I don't need a hairbrush anymore. All of those things are already completed. I got up and got dressed and had my coffee before I started this process. So this is the smallest little packing cube that came with the gray tote bag. All of the packing cubes came with the bag. So I had just kind of my miscellaneous bathroom stuff in that bag, a few glow bracelets, hair clip, hairbrush, that kind of thing. So I went ahead and packed up all of those items that I was done with to get that ready to put inside the bag. And just kind of tossing everything on the bed before I start figuring out what to do with it. Okay, so now what I'm doing is putting 2 different liquids bags. One is going to go in the backpack, and that's going to be the things that I'm going to need to access tonight before we get on the plane. Like I'm going to put our toothbrush and our toothpaste in there so that I can brush our teeth before we get on the plane. His little wipes to wipe him down, probably wipe myself down with the Aveeno face wipes because he's probably either going to fall asleep on the plane and or on the drive home. So this is going to be stuff that I need access to on the plane. Let's see. This is medicine that he's done with. I'll put probably his Restcon in this one and maybe give him a dose of that so his ears kind of dry up a little bit. Yeah. I've also kind of gone through and just thrown away the things that I don't need. Like, let's see. Bar of soap is no longer needed. I put face lotion in there. That was pretty much empty. Okay, this I don't need access to, so I'm gonna start getting these bags done. my probably need access to bag. This is my I do not need access to bag. But I still haven't done his hair yet because he's still asleep, so I'm gonna keep this out and just put this in the backpack bag. Backpack. Backpack. Oh, he hasn't brushed his teeth yet. Night guard. So this is the stuff I do not need access to. So this is gonna go in the gray tote bag. All of this I'm keeping out. I'm probably gonna take this out, honestly. Put that in the gray bag as well. All of that I'm gonna keep out, and I've got some pouches left over I'm gonna put in there, as well as like some little peanut butter pouches, because we didn't use them, and he is not up yet, so I haven't brushed his teeth yet. Okay. Bottom. Love this bag. Should I put, yep. Shove this kind of in here. This here. Sorry if this is a little cattywampus. I'm doing this one-handed. That there. Glove stuff we didn't use. Okay, and I've still got a little bit of room left. There. Sorry, y'all, I keep going in the bathroom so I don't wake him up. Okay, so I purchased a Spirit jersey yesterday. I'm gonna take the Spirit jersey out of this and put it in that gray bag, and I'm gonna use this bag for airport food. I packed 2 Nutella sandwiches, some chips. I'm gonna bring applesauce and a couple of like other things that I find. That's gonna be our airport dinner. So I'm gonna put that in this because this bag will get tossed before we get on the airplane tonight. And no, I do not like Nutella sandwiches, but that's all I got left over. How cute is this Spirit jersey? It's all my favorite colors, minus green. I don't think I need that receipt, but just in case. All right. I think everything else is pretty much either trash or that backpack that I need to pack up. You know what? I can probably go ahead and pack up like this. I'm not going to use again. These magic bands. We're done. we'll run the other ones today. GoPro batteries, don't need. Let's see. My watch charger, I'm done with. That brick goes in the backpack. This, I'm actually gonna put in. I never even ended up using this. It's just hand cream. My hands are actually okay, I think. I'm gonna bring that to work. This he has to use when he wakes up. All the medicine stuff is gonna go in that backpack. This is the food I'm packing. See, this is the stuff that's left over that I'm gonna put in this bag. It's like I'm trying to arrange it so that it's in order of like stuff I won't be using and stuff I will be using, but sometimes you just gotta get in there however you can. So pouches, these are under the 3.4 limit. They're 3.2 ounces, and little peanut butter pouches. I'll bring those home to Weeze. He didn't like those. These I'm packing in the airport dinner bag. That I'm leaving because we didn't use it. Put it in the trash, which is overflowed, so that's gonna have to go in the bathroom trash can. Always try to tidy up your room and not leave just extra stuff for your mousekeepers to throw away. Just be courteous. Y'all, they don't get paid enough to do the job they do, and please be sure to tip as well. I usually do, good rule of thumb is about $2 per person. Since it's just my son and I've been leaving a $5 bill. Okay. So all of that food stuff is gonna go in here. I'm gonna put the heavy stuff at the bottom, which is gonna be his Orgain drink in case I can't get him to eat. Can at least get some kind of nutrients in him. Let's see, pouches next. And then followed by sandwiches. I hope I'm not making y'all dizzy, sorry. And that lastly. I'm making too much noise, he's waking up. Alright, airport bag. Just gonna leave it there to get it out of the way. Okay, oh shoot, I also have to put shoes on top of this. Alright, so I'm putting sandals on top of this. His sandals will go in the side pouches, and I'm closing that up. I also just wanted to add that sound that you're hearing in the background is the sound machine that I still have going because Maine Cub's asleep still. And yet again, I just wanted to sing the praises of this bag because y'all, I stuffed this thing like a Thanksgiving turkey and it held strong. So yeah, if you're on the fence and looking for a personal item size bag for flying Spirit Airline or Frontier, highly, highly recommend getting this sucker. As you can see, I am like putting my entire body weight on this thing, trying to close it up, and I got it to zip. And knock on wood, so far no zippers have busted on it. Okay, y'all,
I have been thoroughly impressed with this as a personal item, and it came with those packing cubes. I'll link it down below for you. And then I have a carabiner hooked. I'll put the popcorn bucket on this when we get to the airport so I can get it up in the overhead bin without dealing with the popcorn bucket. Now, okay. Now it's time for this. Charging block. Good morning. Hi, sweet little man cub. You can stay asleep. 8:39, that's not bad. We got a long day. I wanted him to sleep in as long as possible. Okay. This is a Vera Bradley personal bag. I'll link my packing video down below if you want it. This is all of the, in this like smaller area, this is all the stuff I need access to at the airport. It's a few little toys, my earbuds, and my wallet. And I'm gonna go ahead and close that up. So this part, this is the doozy. I'm gonna put these, actually, hold on. All right, sorry guys, I had to mom for a minute. So I got him his medication. He's on antibiotics right now and Rescon for some sinus stuff stuck in his ear. So I did that. I got all of his little toys that were on the table over here packed up and put away. So the toys we're not using at the airport are going at the very bottom, as well as his Miralax. He's done with that for the day. I just gave him his dose. So I got that. These medications are going to go in that very, very front easy access zipper pocket. These are our nighttime medications, ibuprofen, and our last emergency dose before we get on the plane. Let's see, I got it, bud. That's empty. Drink. He struggles with weight gain. You want to play with those for a little bit? Those have been his favorite. So he's going to play with those. Those I'm going to pack in this pouch at the front. It's in here, buddy. Just play with those three for now, okay? Just play with those three for now because I got to get stuff packed up, okay? I've got everything packed up. So I've got his dinosaur from Animal Kingdom, a Buzz Lightyear figure, and Zurg's like blaster thing in here. So I'm going to put those at the front, like up at the top, so I can access them easily. He's just not going to listen to me. That's fine. Right? All right, these are M&Ms he got at Main Street for his sister and himself. He wanted to get her some. So in this front zipper pocket, all I have are a little thing of Clorox wipe, a phone charger. I'm gonna put emergency, nighttime meds, and ibuprofen. And I went ahead and found my car keys and put those in this pocket with like my earbuds and my wallet. Okay, so the thing with this bag is when we're done, the park bag is going to have to go in there because that's how I got it here. So I got to figure out, hold on, Bubba. So I got to figure out how to get this thing to fit at the bottom here, which I think I can do. Oh yeah, I've got plenty of room. So basically this whole bag was like airport entertainment and park bag. So I've got to get that in here. And then I also have to get, let's see, I'm gonna keep that in there for size reference for myself. So I always bring gallon Ziplocs and bring home extra popcorn because both of my children and myself absolutely love the park popcorn. They're popcorn fiends like their mama. So since Lise couldn't come, I'm bringing her home an extra. Oh, I've got to get that liquids bag in here. All right, I'm gonna get him dressed so that I can get everything in here and know how much room I have. Be right back. Okay, so I've somehow managed to shove his pajamas I just took off of him and the extra set of clothing that I forgot on the counter kind of just stuffed it in the side of here, and pray for me that I can get this bad boy closed. Okay, y'all, I'm here to tell you, I think this bag was like 30 bucks, stuffed to the gills. Okay, so this, when I'm at the airport, actually fits in the bottom basket of this Bob Voyager stroller. Sings praises of that and that. Okay, so I just brushed his teeth and got all that done. Took my inhaler, put all of that stuff in here. So this is the liquids bag for this that is going to have to stuff. Forgot I also had leftover cotton candy for Wheeze. Not that she needs it, but would love it. Okay, so I've got that. Popcorn. Okay, another popcorn. I think I can do it. I'm just gonna have to like finagle. Let's see. Get it to where you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move that medicine. Just shove that further down. That's inside. Medicine. I have another bag of popcorn. Okay, question is, will I be able to get this zipped? Okay, got it. Okay. So that is my airport bag. Most important thing, this needs to go in that easy access spot here. Oh goodness, okay, that, I'm gonna put this like that. That is his track phone that I just use as a Wi-Fi tablet when I'm traveling. Got it for 30 bucks on Prime Day. It's a Motorola Pure or something. So I've got umbrella in this pocket, and that one I'm gonna put my Brita water bottle. Got his sword sticking out. So that is my last bag, and then I just got to shove those toys in there. And that's it. Everything else I'm wearing today. So I've got a couple of waters left over and Red Bulls. I'm going to put one of those Red Bulls in that food bag, which I'm going to... Sorry, y'all. This is what a realistic checkout morning looks like. I could have done this the night before, but in all honesty, I wanted to have everything done, and I wasn't going to be able to pack up like liquids and like pajamas and stuff. So I got to take this back out. This is my park bag for today. And in its place, I'm going to put that snack bag for the airport. Put my Red Bull in there. Obviously, this and the Orgain, we're going to have to drink like on the bus on the way to the airport because you can't bring liquids through security. But for their purposes, so I'm going to put our lunch bag in the park bags place for when I bring this to Bell Services. So checkout's at 11. It is currently 9:06. We have Epcot all day. Our flight does not leave until 10:55 tonight, and Mears Connect's going to pick us up at 7:35. So this is going to get dropped off at Bell Services this morning, and I'll pick it up when we get back from Epcot before we catch Mears Connect. Yeah? Oh, you got it packed up for me? Can you get the other ones in there too? Get all of them in there. We're about to head out. So I can get it in this bag so we don't leave them behind. We don't want to leave them at the hotel. Good job, Bubba. All right, so yeah, I'm going to get those in here. And I think that's pretty much it. These are our shoes we're wearing today. Like I said, kind of get everything. This is done. I've got a new one for him for the airport. Get everything, trash picked up and things like that. Let's see, trash. So that mouthkeeping doesn't have a job. Oh no, I gotta put this bra in there. Couldn't fit that in the gray bag. You know what? I probably could if I tried. I'm gonna get it in the side pocket. Clean bra. Charger. I'm gonna put it in the backpack. Magic Band chargers will also go in there. We gotta put these on. GoPro needs to go in my park bag. Whew. All right, guys. This is it. This stuff, like I'll leave this just kind of here in case mousekeeping wants it, they can have it. This needs to get packed as well. I actually got to charge this camera before we leave after I end this. Leave that for them. This is honestly all just trash because I don't have room for it. I'm not too mad about it. He's eaten a good bit of this stuff. Like the pretzels were like $3, I think. We ate several sandwiches, or he did. And now, forgot an extra medicine cup. Just shove that in the bottom somewhere. And extra hydration pouch. I've got one on the stroller for today. All right, so the only extra things that we've bought since we've been here is his little dinosaur, his sword that's in there, and my Spirit jersey. So we didn't have any like souvenirs to try to pack. One last sleep. Ooh, I need this for today. This is my food and wine book. Now, I've already got one stamp from my last trip of the fromage montage. That needs to go in the park bag. Back here. All right, so I'll show y'all what it looks like when I bring all of this to Bell Services, and then when I pick it back up and get on Mears to head to the airport. But this is what this is a solo mom trip with a 5-year-old looks like of getting packed up and heading home from Disney World, looks like. All right, bag in there. Tote bag underneath, the rain cover that I took off and attached. Backpack on my back, and I'm walking up to Luggage Services, which looks quite busy, to drop these off. So right outside of the lobby, to the left-hand side is Luggage Services. All right, guys, our day has come to an end. Just got back from Epcot, stopped at Riviera for a quick bite to eat. It is now 7:02. Mears Connect is due to pick us up at 7:35. So we are headed to Baggage Services, Bell Services, Luggage Services, whatever it's called. One last little view, that pop sign, to go pick up bags. All right, so you actually pick up your luggage when you're leaving on the back end of Pop Century. Like there's the 50s and the entrance to the food court and Pedals pool bar and the pool. So your checkout luggage is gonna get picked up here instead of at the front end. Okay, stand corrected. That's only if you are checking out during a crazy busy time. Otherwise, it's still up at the front of the resort. So the bus pickup is right, that's the front lobby right there. You just walk across and sit. There's some benches here. And this is where you will get picked up. So I'm waiting for Mears to pick me up, and I just got a text message that says track your driver, and it's showing that it's a Ford Transit van. So it says he's getting closer. I'm very curious to see how this is gonna go with if they're gonna have a booster seat or a car seat of some sort, because he's only 5 and 43 pounds. And according to my pediatrician, he needs to be in a 5-point harness, or at least at the bare minimum a booster seat, until he's either 8 years old or 80 pounds. And he is 5 and 43 pounds. So I'm not thrilled with this if they don't have some sort of a restraint for him. So now we're just waiting for Mears to come and pick us up. All right, so it looks like that's mine coming the way. So it doesn't look like a taxi, it looks like a Mears bus, but differently wrapped. 'Wrapped. Looks like it. buddy. I think this is us. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated. Okay, so quick story time. I'm in the parking lot at work waiting to go in before I forget to do this. So, last thing you will have seen is the Mears van pulling up. And then I cut the camera because I'm not going to record that. That's not who I am. So I'll fill you in on what happened. So the guy pulls up, he gets out, asked my name, and I was like, yeah, it's for me. And I asked him, do you have a car seat? Because my son is too little to sit in the seat. He needs a car seat. And he, at that point was opening the van door. And this is just a regular vehicle, like a regular van, like a 11 passenger van or something like that. So bigger than a minivan, but still a normal car, not a charter bus. So I was like, he needs a car seat. He's too little to just sit in the seat. And he opened the door and he's like, yeah, there's a car. Yeah, I've got a car seat. And then he opens the door and he's like, but there's already a baby in it. And I can see the car seat. It's rear facing and it's got a little baby in it. So I was like, okay, so what do we do? Because my son needs to be in a car seat. He cannot ride in this vehicle without proper restraints. And he goes, well, how old is he? He looked at Man Cub and he goes, well, how old is he? And I said, he's 5. And he goes, oh, I've got kids buckled in the back. Not my kids, you don't. Nope. So at this point, I tell him, my child's not getting in the car without proper restraints. I'm not doing that. So I get on the phone with hubby and I'm explaining him the situation. He's like, okay, well, let me radio in and see what my boss says, what they say they'll do. Maybe they'll send a bus for you or something. So at this point, I'm on the phone with hubby. In my brain, I'm scrambling, trying to figure out, okay, if they can't send another bus in time, for me to miss my flight or something, I'm going to have to download the Uber app, figure out Uber with a car seat, Lyft with a car seat, something, so I don't miss my flight. And so he, and I'm on the phone with hubby and I tell him the situation and he, like me, is absolutely not, no shot is our child getting in this van, because I sent him a picture of it and he's like, no shot is he getting in that without a car seat. He's too little. So he tells me, he's like, okay, they're going to send, they'll send another van for you that has a car seat. I'm like, okay, great. Do you know how long? Because I don't want to miss my flight. And he said, it'll be here in about 10 minutes. Perfect. Thank you. So the next van does pull up in about 10 minutes. So they corrected it. They sent a van with a car seat. Pulls up. She had a much better attitude than the first driver. But, she gets out. She hands me the car seat and she said, for liability reasons, we're not allowed to install these. Okay. That's fine. Thankfully, I know how to install a car seat. And it was the Graco Forever car seat, which is, if you can see in the back seat, that's the car seats we use at home. So, it's a car seat I'm familiar with. No anchors on it. I looked to latch the anchors to, the bottom of the seat. No anchors are even there on it. So again, thankfully, I know how to install a car seat with the seat belt, where you have to pull the seat belt all the way out and then let it go and it'll lock it in place. So I did that. I got the car seat in nice and snug, got him in, pulled the lever to get the shoulder straps to his height to where it needed to be. I got him in nice and safe and snug. So I looked up when I got home because I was like, how are they legally able to transport children in a passenger van without child restraints? That doesn't seem safe or legal. Because in my car, my normal car, which is not that much smaller than what they had, my kid has to be in a car seat legally. So I looked it up and it's because they fall under the taxi laws or taxi transportation or whatever. They're not required to put kids in car seats. So that's on you as parents to make that judgment call for what's best for you and your family. I know personally, if something were to happen, because you never get into a vehicle expecting to be in an accident. That's just not a thing. But if that were to happen on the interstate, 45-minute drive, and your child ejected from the vehicle because they're not properly restrained, can you live with that? For me, that was a hard and fast, immediately I was like, no, my child's not getting in this car without a car seat. No shot. So like I said, I was scrambling in my head like, okay, do I have to find an Uber with a car seat? Do I have to find alternate transportation? What am I going to do? So that's on you as parents to advocate for your child. Maybe come prepared. I think the next time, I don't know what I'm going to do next time, if I'm going to use them or not when I go with Wheeze. But if I do, I'm probably going to bring the MyFold booster seat, because she is weight rated and age rated for it now. It folds up like pretty small, but it's something that they sit on that locks the seatbelt like on top of their lap, like you thread the seatbelt through over their lap, and then it has a shoulder piece that comes up that you thread the seatbelt to, so it puts the seatbelt where it needs to be, like on the child. Because if I were to buckle my kid into like this, it's not going to fit him like this. It's going to be like up here and like in his head. So apparently they legally are able to transport children in a passenger van with no child restraints. So just FYI, you might run into a situation where you get a passenger van. Thankfully, they did correct the situation pretty quickly. And I don't know if that's because he saw me filming when he pulled up, or because I immediately got on the phone with my husband, or if they would have done it anyway. But just know, if they pull up with a passenger van and you don't have a car seat, you might not have a car seat, and you may have to argue with them or be prepared to find alternate transportation, apparently. So yeah, story time over. Back to the travel day. He's just a happy-go-lucky little boy. You having a good time? You love those toys, huh? Alright guys, we finally made it to the airport. We are at our gate. So far it says on time. Waiting for the agent to show up so I can gate tag. Waiting for a gate agent to show up so that I can gate tag the stroller. And I'll do a story time later on the Mears story. That will have been inserted already. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was helpful to see the whole process, especially as a solo mama. Make sure you give this video a like and a thumbs up, notification bell, subscribe, all that jazz.